I'll catch you after this. Dang, Cole, you want me to talk? Nah, I ain't talking to you. How about Cole want me to say something? That's crazy. I'll catch you after this. Dang, Cole, you want me to talk? How about Cole want me to say something? Tell him to come back to the stream. He got me. Fumble. It got big clumps and knobs. It got the juice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yo, who that is checking in, man? Who that is? Who that is checking in, man? What's happening? What's happening? Cole told me to stop muting my stream, bro. I'm not good no more, so I gotta try to lock in. Oh my god, look at that. See, I'm finna go back on mute. Run the ball, bro.
I think I'm staying where I'm at because she is a dog. And I'm thinking about staying around in the track. It's my off day to Thursday and Friday. And I can work with that, but that's what it is. So, I'm at on top. It's right. I'm coming to your house. How many one you doing?
Hey, Mom, that been Tracy.
Yeah.
Ask her if she found them thing, no?
No, she said she ain't found. Maybe he asked me now, like, have you tried? Ben and Coco might have ate them damn things.
Little Coco can't eat them thing. This for Glock users. Oh my God.
And we went live, me, him, and Seth Nash, and Sharp, and we was just chopping it up. King AK-47.
They used to say, words couldn't hurt me. Videos, just my name, they getting thirsty. Go ahead and put him in a hearse. It's getting murky, this time I deserve this. I'm ready for whatever war said. He been a matador, stand for the things I'm dreaming for. I'm eating caviar.
Hey, the internet, y'all got us all the way up, man. We met that dude, Duke the Jeweler, the night before. We was gambling. The next day, dude followed us to the concert. When we left out the concert, we under the garage, dude went to his car by himself and walked down to the parking lot. That's when somebody tried to rob him and killed the dude. What the hell my 19-year-old cousin gonna try to rob and kill somebody? Bro, we getting money, man. We getting fucking money. That ain't our stilo. As a boss, I ain't letting that go down like that, man. This dude finna make me a piece. So y'all need to kill that. That's bad low, man. Don't put us in nothing with no bad low. It's bad low, man. This shit bad low, man. Straight up, the shit bad low. Kill it.
Boosie, 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 boo. You must have forgot you ain't on Vlad TV, bro. You realize you broke the news? The people who break the news that are not the news are looked at as suspects. Look at how many people have broken the news on YouTube and have literally been told that they was the ones who did it. So in all actuality, bro, come on, man. Mike, come on, man. Mike, come on, man. If you would have left it alone, nobody would have said nothing. Nobody's going to care about this story in a week, by the way. Let this be a warning to you. Shut up. Speak about it if Vlad bring it up, or if in an interview or anything like that. But for you to literally say, man, I was just with that man. Man, I did with that man, and RIP. So, Boosie, take yourself out the situation. Let's say Seti Nash and a person had a whole bunch of money. And I say, you know what, man? I was just gambling with Brody, and, man, we left. I went my way, he went his way. Then all I hear is boom, 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 boom. Man, they robbed him. First question is, how did you know they robbed him? Second question is, how did you know he had that money? Third thing is, what type of person do you portray yourself to be? You can talk all that God stuff and Jesus and everything like that, and that's perfectly fine if you really like that. But Boosie, do you realize you talk about murder, robbing, and killing people? Did you forget? Mike, we have set this bitch out. We have set this bitch out. What set this off mean, thug? Come on. Nah, Boosie. You brought this on yourself. Maybe next time, shut the fuck up. In the words of Bernie Mac, how about you try a little shut the fuck up? Try that. It might work. But you mad at people for thinking that you had something to do with it? Yeah, I would have thought so too. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Make sure you comment, subscribe if you have not, share this with your people to keep them aware. Me personally, I don't think Boosie had nothing to do with it. I think Boosie was more so just speaking about it, thinking it probably was common knowledge or something like that. But other than that, man, what do y'all think? Do y'all really believe Boosie has something to do with this? Because he started talking about his 19-year-old nephew and all this and everything like that. Boosie, you can't tell the internet to stop talking. That's going to make them talk even more. Like if I told somebody, hey, bro, don't think of $100 bill. But all of a sudden you think of $100 bill. Crazy how that works. But I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all expect me to keep it real? Because you know that I will. I do this daily, baby. Check out the Nightly Nash podcast. Also, Street the Music, Seti Nash, if you have not. It's on all streaming platforms. Guaranteed you're going to find something you like. Probably like that overly thugging freestyle. Or maybe something different. Let me know in the comments. We possibly shoot that music video.
On May the 4th, 2015, a relatively unknown rapper by the name of Ralo releases a song with rap superstar Future called Can't Lie. Getting a verse from one of the biggest rappers in the game is no easy feat, but when you're the biggest drug dealer this side of Atlanta, you can buy pretty much anything you want. In fact, Ralo was one of the biggest dope slingers the city had ever seen since Big Meech and the Black Mafia family, or BMF, terrorized the streets of Atlanta in the early
This tutorial will show you exactly what you can do to gain complete control of any computers, of any machine. And this is crazy. I kid you not, if you watch carefully to the end, you will see everything that you need to do in order to gain complete control of the computer you're targeting. And I know why you're here. You want to become Mr. Hackaloi, isn't it? To be so cool and to be able to just send a link, and next thing you know, you can completely control the phone or the machine or whichever the case is. And yes, we'll be learning just that. And remember kids, hacking is illegal. If you want to hack, you want to send a link to anyone to execute a file, send it to Mr. Hackaloi. Because once you send it to Mr. Hackaloi, what I will do is I'll help you analyze your link so that I can get your IP address, I will know your account, I will know what computer you're using, and then after which I help you control your computer for free. Yeah, it is completely free of charge, I promise you. So first thing first, you have Mr. Hackaloi on the left. And what Mr. Hackaloi would do would then be to create a malicious file, and this file can be in any format that you want. It could be a Microsoft Word document, it could be a BAT file, whichever the case is. What you want to do is to be able to send this file over to the user. And in this case, let's say we send it to ScriptKittyLoi, and what ScriptKittyLoi would then do is that he will execute onto the file, all right, and once the file has been executed, that will then allow us to complete control over their computer system. Okay, and from there on, we'll be able to literally do anything that we want to do to a target machine, including remotely controlling the entire laptop or the desktop or the machine, whichever the case is, all right? So right in front of us, we're in Kali Linux, which is our ethical hacking operating system. Yes, so we'll be using this to go after any computers that we want to. So the first thing you want to do, you can use sudo apt install PowerShell Empire, all right? So we'll be using Empire to be the one to help us attack and gain access to the target machine. So as you can see here, we have already gotten the latest version. Next up, what you can do is you can do sudo PowerShell Empire followed by server, the start of the server, and you can see here we are loading default configuration, bypasses, stages, modules, and we'll explain it a little more as we run through the entire tutorial for you, okay? There you go, server is ready, as you can see right here, okay? Once you're ready, go ahead and open up a new terminal and enter sudo PowerShell Empire, okay, followed by client, hit enter on that, and we'll begin connecting to the server that we have created earlier, all right? So you can see over here, attempting to connect, and then now we're connected to localhost. And what we can do next is go ahead and enter use listener, all right, followed by HTTP. So there are many different options for us when it comes to listener. And what happens is once the user clicks the link, execute a file, that's it. We gain remote access into the entire computer system. And what we can do here is we can go ahead and say set port, all right, by say 4321. So you can see here we have all this different information. So we have the port number, we have the name, we have the launcher, and so on and so forth. Go ahead and hit enter on that, and that's it, done. We'll set up the port number. And we go ahead and enter execute, and you can see here, listener with name HTTP already exists, so we can enter, say, listeners. And then we can see over here, we have a HTTP client server, right, that is running on HTTP on that. And next up, what we can do is we can create the malicious file. So we use Stager, all right, in this case.
Check it out now. Holy. Now, Quando Rondo, people, okay? He's finding out something that I think we all know. Okay, I've always said there ain't no goddamn codes to the streets. You know who made that up? A stupid motherfucker who wanted to get other people to do the time while he did the crime, okay? Now, all these things called street codes or this is how it works in the streets, come on, man. Listen, you really tell me that people who couldn't actually be trusted to obey the law is now going to be trusted to obey some fictional code of basically doing crime? Hell no! So here's the thing, right? Obviously, like that whole saying, right, is basically been used to indoctrinate a lot of folks and also to send a lot of people to the penitentiary or the cemetery, okay? But that's not only it. Even stuff when it comes to like gangs, all this gang stuff. Listen, man, it sounds good, okay? And if you ask anybody who's not an idiot, they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm in a gang for brotherhood or some dumb stuff like that. But in reality, man, people usually be in gangs for a lot of different reasons, and one of them sometimes is protection, okay? Now, what happens is over time you realize that some rules apply to some people, don't apply to other people, and also sometimes you realize, man, this whole shit is bullshit, okay? Now, Quando Rondo having one of those moments, okay? Now, if y'all know, you ain't know, apparently he's a neighborhood crip, and apparently he's done being a neighborhood crip, okay? By the way, recently, his cousin just died in his arms. Like, he was in a car with his cousin, he got killed, died in his arms. He's distraught, he's mourning. And basically, he want to let people know that, man, all that neighborhood crip stuff is a wrap. Now, he got on Instagram. He said this, man. I'm not jump out gang either. Ain't no loyalty in this ish. I'm my own man. I laid my flag down. I'm not neighborhood. Y'all ain't gonna ride for a nigga. For real, it's no sense of me being a part of y'all shit. Y'all fuck with the opposition. I don't give a fuck who feel hit. Fuck you. And if you can't feel where I'm coming from on this, you a bitch ass nigga. It don't take a rocket scientist to see what the fuck going on. Everybody already hate on me. I ain't tripping, but the extra hate, I'm about to focus on the family and the ones who gonna really drop a tear if I die. He continued. He said, man, fuck everybody. I mean that shit. I fuck with a select few people. My circle super tight. I fuck with Lil D, Trench, Los, Zero, Big Dude, and Lil Tim. It's too much going on. Yo, many fingers pointing to many people talking behind my back. I got too much weight on my shoulders. I'm standing on all 10. I love Pop like as fuck. But I'm not going to Cuz funeral. I know where me and Cuz stand that fuck out. Anybody keep that shit to yourself. Nobody know what the hell going on. Though throughout, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. This nigga beefing with like punctuation, spelling, and everything, man. This guy like got a whole beef with spelling B, punctuations, and just like writing, period. Goddamn. Anyway, he said, I watched my homie die. I want to see a lot of y'all wake up and keep a level head after I'm focused on myself and my little girl, and that's who I'm living for all the times I missed with her. On top of that, I'm not in no relationship. I'm not tired of no girl. And me and her have a mutual understanding. I'm solo rocking. I mean that shit. Fuck you and whoever feel hit my back. I don't need no handout. DOE. What the hell is DOE? Don't tell me you start claiming another gang after saying not rocking with the last one. Anyway, people, man, I'm not that surprised. I think Quando Rondo know, like, you know, his life is in constant danger. I think he probably felt not only he had some type of sense of security or some type of safety when he was in California, because there's a lot of neighborhood Crips out there. I think he probably is also being blamed for the death of Lil Pop. That's what happens. You know what I mean? Again, people are going to look at Quando and say, well, if you ain't bring him out of town, if you wasn't involved in all these issues, maybe he would have died. So now people are blaming him. People sometimes get cynical when death happens, and they say dumb stuff. Like, you know, sometimes you'll see a death happen and people start blaming the closest people to them. Like, yo, maybe that nigga set him up. Like, don't we hear that about Suge? Like, yo, Suge set Pac up. Why the hell would Suge tell the dudes to kill Pac when he in the same car with Pac? Like, does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, Suge fat as a mother effer. If some of them bullets miss Pac, it's in Suge. So again, people do get cynical at times. And by the way, don't start with this whole thing debate in my goddamn comment section. I'm just trying to say, this is what I'm kind of getting from Quando Rondo. He feels people are blaming him. He feels like people didn't have his back. And he feels kind of alone. And he also feels wanted. And he don't know who to trust. That's just how it is. So he's dropping the flag. But I'm wondering, is that something that kind of just happens seamlessly where you put up an Instagram post and you out the gang? I don't think that's how it worked, right? I know this ain't no blood stuff, but usually I hear blood in, blood out. I don't know what the Crips do, but I don't think you can just denounce the gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like you just make an announcement like, take me out of y'all close friends and call it a day. So we'll see what happens, man. But pray for Quando Rondo. Looks like he's going through a lot. You know, it got to be tough to watch your cousin pretty much just die right in your hands. That's crazy. All right? Get in the comments. You guys like them, subscribe to Bullshit Academics.
At the end of the day, eventually, if you continue to stay in the music industry, deals will expire and you can sign a new deal. And the deal probably doesn't include show money. The deal may or may not include features that you get paid for. Like, at the end of the day, you have a career now. And listen, you know, to be fair, you know, I've dealt with Mase and so forth. Not an easy person to deal with.
Really?
It's one of the most difficult people I've ever dealt with, you know, period. And everyone I talk to tells me a very similar story. Everyone I talk to. Mase makes promises and does not fulfill what he tells you, right? And I'm not going to go into detail. Mase, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. So I know there's a certain level of animosity based on probably things that Mase told him that he probably didn't carry through and so forth.
True.
But regardless of how you look at it, you sign a contract at a time that you were just starting off, and that contract has to be fulfilled until the end of that contract. You know, hopefully you'll have a career that will outlast that contract and you will go on to make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, people like to feel like they did it all themselves, and that's not always true. It's not always true, especially when you're a brand new artist that has no fan base, has no songs, has no following, has no nothing. You're just starting off. And this is really the way that the music industry works. If you really think about it, like look at what Megan is going through with her label.
Yeah.
She don't want to pay them what they feel they're owed. And she tries to get around it and whatever else. And so they're going through this whole legal wrangling and stuff like that. But they're the only ones that believed in her when she was nobody at the time.
Flat, we got to just shoot it straight for all these motherfuckers who are delusional to what the music industry is. The music industry, like, if you don't want to have these problems, stay independent.
Stay independent. And the reality
own
is
your shit
that,
and invest in yourself.
Right. And the music industry has like a 90% failure rate. It's one of the worst businesses to be in.
That's the point.
Anyone who signed, bro, like I was at SRC Records.
And the moment, and the successful artists we're seeing complain, they don't realize that $750,000 that Mace got is probably making him whole for other people he's invested in that just didn't pan out to shit. He gave you $5,000 and gave 10 other dudes $5,000.
Right.
Right? And then he had to give them studio time. And then he had to give them that. And then half them dudes, they turned out to nothing.
90% of them dudes turn out to nothing.
So
it's the hardest business to be in. Everyone's like, why doesn't Vlad start a record label? You got this big platform, rah, rah, rah. Motherfuckers, I know what it's like to start a record label. I've seen it time and time again. Shout out to people like Ghazi that have somehow figured things out a little bit more than other people. But most labels, like, you're going to lose. And are the people that you've invested $100,000 into that have made you zero, are they talking about how they got ripped off?
Yeah.
Are they talking about, hey, listen, I feel so bad about all the money that I've lost you that I'm going to pay you back? Has anyone ever said that? Has any artist ever paid back a label for their losses when they didn't sell albums? No, they'll blame the label for them not selling albums.
I put about like 70,000 in artists. You know what I mean? Nothing turned out.
You put 70,000 into an artist.
Yeah, well, not me personally. Obviously,